What's good, YouTube, man? It's Vumbi Reacts back again with another reaction. Andrew Schulz, as you guys know, Kendrick Lamar released his new album, GNX, fire album, like every song on there. There is a song called, Whacked Out Murals, where, Kendrick kind of talks about, white comedians talking about black women, And Andrew Schulz did his podcast, and he's basically trying to go at Kendrick Lamar, basically for saying, what he said about white comedians. And we're finna check out over here. The title says Andrew Schulz violates Kendrick Lamar with disrespect for calling him out on GM's album. He never really said a name, but hey, if the shoe fits, cool. But anyways, we're gonna check this out, give our opinions, and then go from there. If this is your first time on this channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, share, comment, and if you really like this type of content, subscribe. Let's get into it.
Chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, Chicks.
Look at Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Schultzy. 2 weeks after Kendrick Lamar mentioned Andrew Schulz on his album, where he basically made a statement saying, "Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. I know propaganda work for them, and fuck whoever that's close to them." Now, initially, we got a response through academics. Academics called Andrew Schulz, and Schulz basically told them, bro, is Kendrick too woke to take a joke these days? And that's exactly what it is. Yes, you can make a joke about anything. You're a comedian. You got the freedom to do it. But it does not mean you can't get any backlash from it. And I've been asking you guys this question for the last year. Where or what is off limit for comedians to make jokes about? Some comedians these days are like watching YouTube prank stars back in 2010, 2012. They can pretty much do anything they want to you, shoot you, smack you in the face, spit on you, and you're not allowed to get mad because you know what? It's a prank. They're prank stars. It's what they do. With comedians, they're allowed to make offensive jokes, racist jokes, jokes about women, jokes about people of all races, babies, and you're not allowed to take offense to it because you know what? They're comedians. That's what they do. Now, Andrew Schulz had a very interesting...
I mean, if we're being honest, like, I'm for comedians saying whatever they want to say. I'm not for these all, woke, cancel every comedian type of thing. But also, this isn't just with comedians, it's with everybody. Like, hey, if you're going to say some wild shit, yes, it's freedom of speech, but it's not freedom from consequences. Like, hey, people can still feel about, you can say something about somebody, but you can't really, hey, tell them how they're going to respond or the consequences of all that. You have the right to say whatever you want to say,
response back to Kendrick, which, by the way, if you guys want to check out the full response, please make sure you go listen to the newest episode of Flagrant Podcast. But Schulz tried to flip it on Kendrick. He told him, hey, bruh, if you're coming at me for dissing black women, well, why don't we take a look at your history with black women? Here's what Schulz said.
Rappers are telling comedians we need to be more respectful to women, so we gotta sit back and reflect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They're the most pious group.
Listen, nobody has respected women more. Through art.
Yes.
Than rappers. Okay?
Absolutely.
So I completely understand how a rapper could look at a comedian telling a joke and be like, yo, y'all need to switch that shit up.
Yeah.
How dare y'all keep saying your wives are annoying? Be more like us and, bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. I beat my bitch with a stick. What? You can lick on the nuts or suck the dick. I beat my bitch with a stick. What?
Did you just think of that?
That's a real lyric.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're being real, man, rappers have, they don't have the best history as far as like uplifting black women or women in general, if you look at a lot of music. But also at the same time, it's like, I see the perspective that Andrew is coming from, but I don't think he had to really say anything, bro. Like, if Kendrick really name dropped everybody he was going for in that song, like, name drop Lil Wayne, name drop Snoop, name drop Nas for congratulating him. I'm pretty sure if he was directed towards you, Andrew, he would have said your name. It's not a big thing. Like, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I think Andrew Schulz is sometimes funny. He says some funny stuff. Sometimes he has some, some stand-up comedies that are funny. But unless it's for like clout, which it is. You know, I don't really see the reason why Andrew had to respond, because you know, at the end of the day, Kendrick is like one of the biggest popping names out there, especially after that rap beef, after everything is going on. He just got out of a rap beef with probably the biggest pop star in the world in Drake, biggest pop star versus biggest rap star in Kendrick, and it's like, you know, it's like he's trying to capitalize off that clout, and it makes sense. But let's keep it pushing.
That's a real lyric from music that protects women. And for decades protects women. And listen, right now the guy on top, Kung Fu Kenny.
He is the guy on top.
He is making sure that comedians, he put a law in.
Yeah.
He put a law in place.
All right, let's see the exact line, okay?
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. Now, technically speaking, if we're going off of grammatic English,
Okay.
he's saying, I can talk about black women, and that is law.
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black
So
woman.
he's basically saying all white comedians
Are only allowed to
talk about black women.
exclusively.
That's what I'm talking about, Kendrick.
We're back.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a law.
Finally, he understands
It's a
it.
law.
Now I understand why he's doing a comedy with the South Park creators.
That makes
Because
sense.
he appreciates white comedians that make fun of black people.
There you go.
And they've done that brilliantly for decades.
Yeah, that's true.
And he would never want to, break one of his own laws.
No, that's true.
I mean, didn't they have a character called Token on the South?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think Kendrick is the type of nigga you want to go after, especially if you Andrew. I don't think. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, with how this nigga Kendrick is, with his like, you know, at this point, this nigga's a psychopath. Like, with the way he like analyzes people, this nigga goes into shit like, you know, hey, you don't really want to go at a nigga like that, especially about his race and his culture, because now you're making it more racial when you start to bring up these things and like that. And I don't know, I'm gonna let it play out. I'm gonna be honest with you, I do like both guys. I have watched Andrew's stuff, I listen to Kendrick's music. I just want to know where this goes, but I do know Andrew Schulz is responding to this only because of clout.
South Park show?
Yeah, they do.
Which I'm sure Kendrick is a big fan of.
That's true.
He must be a big fan if he's going to do a comedy with them. I mean, we can look that up. Apparently, he has a comedy coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fact.
But Al, you're getting groomed right now. We need to ungroom you.
Yeah, you are getting
We need to ungroom you right now.
Let's see.
Okay?
Let's see.
I mean that Blizzard, because he sent people, he says slide on. What he said, slide, where's the line? Okay, the N-words that coon, the N-words that being groomed, slide on both of them. Whoa, that seems like a call to violence.
It does.
Why would he call to, if he's about protecting black people, why would the call to violence be towards the black dudes, not the white guy making the joke?
Well, you gotta understand.
What?
Well, no. You gotta understand.
I snitch. I cooperate. I tell.
Litigation.
Okay? You go squabble up in a jail cell.
Here's what you gotta understand about Ken. It's very important to him to protect black women. That's why he's never done a song with an abuser confirmed. He's never done a song
thank
with
God.
anybody
Thank God.
that's
Thank God.
suspected of abuse.
Thank
He's
God.
never threatened to remove his music from Spotify because
God.
they removed R. Kelly's music, who for sure fucked and held captive underage black women.
Hold on.
This is all very important to Kendrick.
Wait a minute, just let me understand what's going on here. Because I think that you're using sarcasm as a comedic device.
It is a comedic device.
But you're so fucking smart right now that I
Yeah.
don't know if you're serious or
Yeah,
making
yeah.
jokes. Are you saying that Kendrick Lamar put it on wax that he is protecting black women from white comedians' jokes, but not the kidnapping, molestation, and rape men who have potentially put hands on black
Not
women?
potentially, confirmed.
Wait a minute, convicted?
Yeah, I don't know what you call Chris Brown, but yeah, whatever that is.
Not brazy.
I don't like the angle that they're taking with this. And yeah, I don't like the angle that they're taking with this and trying to flip it into like the whole hip hop doesn't respect women, the whole, you know, rap R&B scene of all that. Yes, I understand that, but I don't like not against Kendrick, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm pretty sure Kendrick isn't gonna respond to this shit. If he does, then we'll see, like, probably in his other projects. But damn, I don't know. I want to see how this plays out, honestly.
Breezy. I took a picture with Chris Brown. Hey, bro, I took a picture with him immediately.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
We ain't protecting nobody. Y'all can protect your fucking selves.
Everybody gets these jokes over here.
Now, I'm not too mad at this response, even though Schulz was deflecting. He's a comedian, and you're not going to see Andrew Schulz get up there and apologize. I know some of you guys may not like him, but Schulz is pretty smart. He's a smart comedian. Hey, let me flip this mirror on you, and let me show people what your history is with black women. Even though if you actually look into Kendrick's lyrics, Kendrick is not your typical rapper that would diss women on records. Most of his songs is about uplifting women. You got records like No Makeup, She Needs Me, and a bunch of other records out there that Kendrick is basically propping up women. But sure, Andrew, I'll give you that one. Maybe he's worked with some questionable artists in the past, sure. But this is where things get a little bit weird. No. And by a little bit, I mean a lot.
No, I don't like, I still don't understand, like, you know, why though, you know? If that makes any sense.
Weird, you guys. As a white comedian, Andrew Schulz went there with jokes about grape, which he might end up walking back. Here's what Andrew said.
Like, first of all, Kendrick's people and the gang affiliate, you know, everybody, his security, they will kill me. They will destroy me. They'll find me in the street. They'll fucking cut me up. They'll shoot me. They'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy. Y'all do. But just Kendrick, I would make love to him. There's nothing he could do about it. Just Kendrick Lamar.
Nigga, what? That's weird.
I would make love to him, and the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not. That's the.
All right, so my question is, why even go there? That just kind of. Nigga, what? No. Like, okay, it was already bad at, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like the guy said, like, and trying to flip the narrative on Kendrick, like, hey, hip hop does this to women, but now you're trying to bring this, and you're the opposite race, and knowing how Kendrick is, I don't think this helps at all. Like, in this, like, you would consensually or not consensually basically force the man because of his small, you know, I think he's 5'4", something like that, and you think, you know, that's funny or that's a joke. I feel like that's weird, first of all. I feel like, I don't know about this one, Drew. Hell no.
Only thing he could do. If it's me and Kendrick, this is about physics. It's about physics. I don't even know if I'll get hard. But if we're in a cell, there's a chance that if we're in a cell and we're bored and we done tattooing each other, whatever you do in the cell, and we ran out of board games and we did all the other things, we cleaned everything, and I'm like, man, I might as well fuck you. There's nothing he could physically do to stop that besides put his legs in the air and choose a position. Maybe Mark, I'll let him choose a position.
Why are you pulling this picture up, Mark? Why are you doing this?
Look put up that picture of him and Travis Kelce's girl. Look at that shit.
Oh my God, dude, that's unbelievable.
Yo, I'll be honest. I would go so far as to say I don't think he could stop most people on the planet from having sex with him. Like, the only reason he got security is...
All right, that's disgusting right now. Like, even thinking about this, like, first of all, this angle that he's taking, I don't know if it's like trying to like demasculate him or like trying to like, you know, trying to like lower him just because of like his structure or stuff like that. Now it's where it starts to get really disrespectful and like to a level like, you know, where it's like uncomfortable to even listen to, especially being like the angle that he took first and trying to flip it like a black thing. There's people who, you know, violence is everywhere. You know, people do a lot of things. If you look back in time, a lot of like white cartoons were like, hey, talking about women going in the kitchens and doing all that kind of stuff. There's always been that line of like, you know, women being disrespected in societies and stuff like that. And I understand that hip-hop doesn't help, but to take this angle of now where you're talking about, oh, yeah, you could just take the man no matter what, it's like, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Is to stop people from having sex with him whenever he wants. Now, don't get me wrong, there's people who could fuck me against my will. I was in an elevator once with this drag queen, and this motherfucker was like 6'5".
Oh, yeah.
And we're in the elevator, and we're going down. I'm like, yo, if he wanted to take it,
Yeah.
I gotta cause a ruckus or something like that. Like,
Is that like? And to me, it's weird, but is that like something like people would think about when they're around other people? It's like, yo, yeah, if it was this type of situation, this person, like, who thinks about that kind of shit? Like, that kind of speaks to his mental. Like, if this is really the shit that goes on in his brain, yeah, this really says a lot about Andrew, honestly.
my pants, I gotta do something.
Yeah.
I know with Kendrick that he's talking a lot of shit, but if it came down to it, I could put him on my lap. I could feed him a bottle. I could put him on my lap. I could feed him a bottle and make love to him if I wanted to, and there's nothing he could do about it. I might not be hard. Dick might just slap soft against his butt. I could be romantic with him, and there's nothing he could do about it. To the point, like, I think I'm so charming, he would just fall into it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I think he would just be so charmed. He would be like, damn, like, whap, 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 whap. Let me.
Now, first off, I don't know if anybody told Andrew, but Kendrick Lamar is not the one to play with. The man works out damn near every day, and I get it. He may look short, but this is not somebody you want to get into a physical altercation with. Even though Andrew has hands, I've seen Andrew boxing before. He definitely has hands. But if we're talking physical strength and you think you can overpower him in a situation like that, you might want to rethink that. But secondly, why are you trying to emasculate the man and act like he's a pussy? All he did was say, yo, you really shouldn't be making fun of black women. What happened to just keeping the jokes? Why did you have to take this very weird dark turn with it? I personally don't find these grape jokes funny, especially when it's about a grown-ass man that has kids and a girl. You could have easily gotten your response off without trying to joke about his manhood. And some people around Kendrick, even Kendrick himself, can also look at this as a physical threat. The grape jokes are just not.
Yeah, bro. Like, when you got, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. You got shows you gotta do in LA. You got like all these type of stuff, man. Like, you don't know how people may take this shit. Like, honestly, like to you, we might like I said, we live in a country where you can say whatever you want, but it's not free of consequence, you know. Some people might be like, yo, I don't like that shit you said about Kendrick. They might press dude or something. Like, you know, shit happens and stuff like that. Like, you know, that first response and what he was talking about with the hip-hop stuff, he would have just left it there. It's still weird, but I could understand from that perspective. But this other shit about, you know, forcing the man, that's kind of crazy.
Funny and very, very strange. You guys get in the comments below. What do you guys think about Andrew's response back to Kendrick? Do you guys think he was out of line or was it warranted? Post your comments below. Subscribe to my channel, like this video. I'll see you guys later, man.
Yeah, once again, I just feel like he didn't really have to respond to this. But anyways, if you guys like this type of content, you know, reacting to pop culture, music, what's going on, and, you know, this pop culture stuff, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. We got more of this kind of stuff coming up. Hey, once again, Andrew Schulz responding to Kendrick Lamar about what he said on the album, the Gen X album. But anyways, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Catch you in the next one. Peace.